This is True with True Concept 360. We're back with the second segment of the video of a killer that actually plays victim.
Call anything for certain.
What was she last wearing?
In the bed.
What you have on, some shorts?
What color?
I don't remember. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't
What's her height and weight, you think?
She's a little taller than he is.
She's this tall.
Okay.
She's a little taller than that. She's probably about like this here.
Okay. What's her hair look like?
She had
Brown,
dreads. Long.
Dreads.
Long.
Yep.
Long and dreads hair?
Yep.
Like shoulder length or
Down.
middle of the back?
Down here.
Okay. Mid back, dreads. Right? Is that how we would
Yes.
label that?
Yes.
She had shorts on.
Did she still have a white shirt on?
She had she had the shirt that you gave her.
The white shirt.
All white?
It's
All
long.
white t-shirt, yep.
After gathering the information, the officer asks Henry where he's looked for Breja. Henry replies that he hasn't asked any of the neighbors because he doesn't know them, but he does drive around searching for her.
This nigga looked like a whole pimp out here, taking advantage of young women, young single mothers that has kids, young kids, and he goes and take advantage of them and flash little money like he's taking care of them. And then he throw these parties like he's this community dude that, that he's a very nice community dude. But yeah, he has some dangerous ways to him. You can just tell.
I'm going to ask you who have you called? What doors have you knocked on?
I don't know these people out here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I called her.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And she told me she was at work. At first, I was riding around looking. And then me and my son started riding around looking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then
So how long ago has it been, an hour?
it's been a couple hours.
Couple hours?
Couple hours.
Okay.
The officer then turns to Aisha.
Have we called family?
I've called everybody. I have my
Okay.
uncle out riding around. My mom's
Man,
on her way out here. My
We've been
friend's on their
everywhere.
way out
We've
here.
been every
Okay.
fucking where.
And she's gonna be with a friend inside some apartment,
That's
most
why I
likely.
just said I'm gonna still look.
Okay.
We don't know anybody out here though. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
She would have never. She would have never. First of all, she would have never woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and she would have never.
What you mean?
she
8 o'clock in the
I'm
morning.
just saying.
That ain't what I
She
said. I
definitely
never
was-
said.
I know
Okay,
you
guys,
didn't say that.
this isn't the time to fight.
Exactly. I don't give a about you walking,
Listen,
nigga. You
man.
lost her though.
How did I fucking lose?
Because you was watching her, Henry. What the do you mean?
But
Aisha then decides to walk away, leaving the officer flabbergasted as to how to help them.
hey,
He wants to beat her getting mad, which that's not even his kid. That's not even his daughter. That's her daughter. But he want to beat her getting mad. If anything, he should be trying to console her and calm her down, because he actually had her kid and now her kid done come up missing. Crazy. Manipulation. And yeah, he looks way older than her. He done manipulated her into being in a relationship with him. Not only that, but done got a kid from his ass.
I'm going, sir. Come on, D.
listen to me.
Fuck that. I'm going.
Well, you guys gotta come together right now. This isn't a time to fight about it. Okay? So, well, hey, if you... Well, how am I supposed to... What do you want me to do?
I got everything, bro. I got everything. You see how she snapped on me? You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean,
I
I got no picture. I got no... What do you want me to do?
What am I supposed to do? You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
I
All
get
thing
it.
I can do is
Henry,
look.
I get it. I
All
get
I
it.
can do is look.
I get it, Henry.
Naturally, Aisha was angry, so she decides to go home to help her family with the search. Once Aisha leaves, the officer goes up to the apartment to make sure Breja isn't just hiding somewhere. It's also at this point that he speaks to Henry's girlfriend, Andrea, who hasn't even left the apartment.
Hi there. Are you Andrea?
Yeah.
Okay, Andrea. What's your date of birth, Andrea? So tell me about, like, when was the last time you saw her?
She was here.
When?
What time was I? I fell asleep like around 11 midnight. She was here. She was in bed asleep.
Okay. And you guys never heard her come down, walk out? There's no forced entry or anything like that?
No forced entry, no.
Okay. Do you mind if I just come in and take a quick look? I'm not concerned about anything else. I just want to come in because probably 50% of the time we still find them inside the place when this happens. And
Well, I kind of do my face kind of a wreck right now.
what's that?
My face is kind of in a wreck, but...
Listen, I go in all sorts of places. I don't care how big
Is he aware of this?
What's that?
Is he aware of this?
Yeah. What's her name again?
Bree?
Was there any fights or arguments or anything last night? Bree is her name? Where was she sleeping at? Your bed? So where were you guys sleeping at last night? You guys slept out here? Can you look in the closet again?
That's all closed.
The cop is playing it very smart. He's searching the apartment, thinking that possibly, you know, this could be an olive hoax, and they done unalived the little girl, and they done packed her in a bag or something, and just done left her in the house, and he gonna come across her body. But that's pretty smart, just to how he put it, to even get access to the house. Very, very smart.
I know, I'm just telling you, you'd be surprised what we've...
I know, right?
He's looking for any evidence.
So she was sleeping in the bed with her brother? And you guys slept out here?
Breja was nowhere in the apartment. The officer asks her to come out and help them look.
Okay, are you going to come out and help look or not?
By the time the officer finishes looking through the apartment and walks back outside, Henry Dinkins is gone. He just left without telling anyone where he was going.
If she wouldn't have agreed to come out and look, then they would have actually got her involved in the case, I believe, because she wasn't even participating, being that the little girl was in her apartment, because I believe that lady's the only person that's on that apartment, and the little girl was in that apartment, so she has responsibility of that little girl going missing as well. So if she wouldn't have never came out to agree to look, then they would have made her a suspect, I believe.
But I was right there with the officer when he called.
Yeah, but then you left.
Because she left, and I was mad, Aisha, and it made me mad because she was, basically blaming it all on me.
Before we arrived at the station for the interview, he went to his mom and sister's apartment. Now, if you notice, he is wearing the same clothes, but different shoes. While Henry was being interviewed by the police, other officers were canvassing the area around the apartment. As the hours passed, their hope of finding Breja was dwindling. After speaking with her family, it was clear she didn't run away on her own.
With respects to running off, I was told by Aisha Langford, the mother of Breja, that she does not run off. She would not leave an area unfamiliar. It wasn't something that she did even when she was at home in familiar territory. It was not something that she had ever done.
The officers also checked security cameras from nearby businesses to see if Breja could be seen walking around. But instead of finding Breja, they saw Henry's maroon Chevy Impala driving all over town in the early morning hours of July 10th, 2020. When Henry showed up at the police station, one of the first things the detectives wanted to know was where the Impala was located.
But is her car parked out front?
No.
No. Where's her Impala at?
Her Impala's with my homie right now, so.
After that, the detective asks Henry about his son and what kind of relationship he has with Breja.
His mother is Aisha Langford.
Aisha Langford.
Okay. And then do you have any other biological?
No, I raised Breja.
Since how old was she?
My baby.
Okay. And so you raised her with Aisha?
Yes.
How long were you and Aisha together for?
Like 2 years. But we stayed close friends.
Eventually, the detective got Henry to walk him through.
He's trying to put it as if like he raised this little girl, he would never do anything to hurt her, but he only legally raised her for 2 years if they were living together. 2 years. I mean, in the beginning, I think it stated that the little girl was 2 years old when the mother met him. So he was only in the little girl's life for 2 years. Yeah, they probably stayed friends, and whenever he see the little girl in the streets, he'll say something to her, give her $1 or whatever the case may be. We know how these people are. So he didn't really. He just trying to make like he had a ongoing relationship with this little girl.
Happened that night. Henry admitted that the kids went to bed, and he did leave the apartment in the middle of the night to go see his friend. But his friend wasn't home, so he says he came back, and that's when he noticed Breja was missing.
And then when I left, I think I went down to Lil Ben's house, but nobody was there. And when I came back, I did a little look around. I didn't see Bree. No, that wasn't that time. I don't remember. No, that's a lie. That's a bald-faced lie. It wasn't even at that time. What time was it? I don't ever look at the time, so I'm really confused with the time. But I know when I went and looked for Bree, so I only seen Lil Dink in the bed.
Okay.
And I left, so I went like moving around, and I
left the apartment.
The apartment, yeah, and went like out and about, where she.
This dude trying to get his lie together. That's what he doing. He trying to get his lie together.
Yeah, out there in I don't know the apartment buildings out there. I don't know.
When he came back, Andrea was awake.
When I realized it, like I said, I went looking around. Then when I came back, Andrea was up.
Henry admitted that he went out again to buy cigarettes from the quick shop, and when he got back, his son DL was awake. He said they spent the rest of the morning searching for Breja until he finally decided to call Aisha.
When I texted his mom, she was at work, and she was like, I'm like, hey, Bree's missing. She's like, well, you stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me, Henry. So I'm like, man, no, I'm not playing. I'm for real. And she was like, stop playing with me. And I said, look, man, I'm not playing. So I gave Dink the phone. Dink told her, like, Mom, we don't know where she at. So then he handed me the phone back, and I'm like, I got to talk to him, like, man, your mom mad at me. He said, Dad, I don't understand why Mom mad at you. You haven't done nothing. And I'm like, but I'm still responsible. You know what I'm saying?
Aisha couldn't believe that Breja was missing. She thought he was kidding at first, but when reality set in, she got really mad.
Me and her met up, and she was like...
You and Aisha met up?
Yeah,
Where at?
At Burger King.
Okay.
And Aisha was like really upset, and I said, I understand how you coming. I feel what you're saying right now, but you stressing out right now. It's not going to help us out right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We have to figure this shit out. So I was like, well, you're responsible, you know, and it made me feel so fucking bad because, you know, I am responsible, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
What do you mean? You are responsible. And you know where she at. You know exactly what has happened to her. But you trying to put on this facade as if you don't even know what happened to her. You know exactly what done happened to her.
I was like lost, didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say to her. I was lost for words. I couldn't even talk to her really.
Aisha then decides to call 911, and that's when the officer arrived at Andrea's apartment.
I'm gonna call somebody to come out there to Andrea's apartment. I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? So we went out there. When the dude approached, you know what I'm saying?
The dude as in...
The officer.
Okay.
Man.
So did you call 911?
No, she did. I told her I was gonna go to the police station at first. She said, no, let's go to the apartment. You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, we can call at the apartment. You know what I'm saying? And Aisha was like, because first I'm thinking like, she ain't really missing. You know what I mean? Something, you know what I'm saying? Maybe something, I don't know. But once it really set in that can't nobody find her, that's when it hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she's missing.
What the officer wanted to know was when exactly Henry realized that Breja was missing. But again, Henry was unable to tell the exact time.
A quick shop with the cigarettes, and then what happened after that?
Nothing.
No, well, okay.
Because he's leaving it out of what, when he actually took her from the house and put her in the car and disposed of her. He don't want to tell that part. Obviously.
So but then you got back.
Then like I said, I got back. Oh man,
See?
I don't know what time it was. So
Okay, that's fine. We can move past that.
He's trying to put the lie together. He's trying to.
At one point or another, you noticed that Bree is not.
But he's not doing a very good job at it.
And so, what do you do immediately after you notice Bree's not?
I go outside.
Go outside. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I went outside.
Okay. And then, like, just around the area, or did you get in a car and drive somewhere?
I went around the area first.
Okay.
And then I started moving around. Like,
I feel like at that time, when you notice that your kid is not there, and you done spent 5, maybe 10 minutes trying to find them around the building, around the complex, I just feel like any normal person, right away you calling the police, because you have to realize, if you notice that they were in the bed at this time, and at this time you check on them, and within that time, maybe, an hour, 2 hours, maybe an hour in between that time of them going to bed and you checking on them, go ahead and call the police, because it's already been an hour that they've been, apparently 30 minutes to an hour. So the police can already, be driving around trying to look for them at that time. If that's what happened. If she had went missing by walking out of the house or jumping out of the window or what have you. But that ain't what happened. He helped her get out of the house. Whether he took her out when she was unconscious, or whether he somehow got her out and told her don't say anything, that they were going on a drive or a ride or whatever the case may be. He got her out of the house, obviously.
Trying to get close within the areas, you know what I mean? Trying to look to see if she was walking, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
And for the sake of, I'm not looking to hand me off on a driving charge. If you went and drove and tried to find her in certain places, I went in the area where, out there, you know what I'm saying, like
trying to see
around the apartment complex.
No, like outside. You know what I'm saying? Like when I pulled in, I would have
like those businesses and stuff like that.
No,
or?
like the streets.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm
the
saying?
nearby streets.
I don't know what streets. I mean, I don't. Like the streets that would go back, the streets that would go forward. You know what I'm saying? It was like by
He trying to play so dumb.
Blockbusters.
As you can see, Henry is struggling to recall exactly what he did that morning, which is always suspicious. He also tells the detective that after searching for Breja and speaking with the police officer, he drove the Impala to his mom's house.
Is your car not here? You know what I mean?
I came straight here.
I get that, but the car that you were driving was the Impala, and the Impala's not here.
I didn't say I was driving the Impala.
Well, you came in the Impala.
I never said I was driving the Impala.
So you left the apartments in the Impala, right?
So
Yes.
you're making
Okay. So
yourself
at what
a
point
suspect
did you not have
already.
the Impala anymore?
What do that got to do with the Impala? I mean,
Look.
Because you left there in a vehicle, and that's.
I mean, I'm not trying to make it harder on you.
Yeah, I get it. It
But
just,
I mean, literally, as for the situation with the driving,
Now
aspect,
he's trying to-
I'm not looking for the driving. I'm looking for the car.
I'm keeping that solo with the.
No, that's fine. I'm more concerned about the car.
I mean, if you want to check the car, you can check the car.
Yeah, we would like to do that.
Yes,
probably.
you can,
Yeah.
without a problem.
Where is the car currently?
It's reachable.
Reachable as in.
What?
I can get it to you guys at any time. That's basically what I'm saying.
And also to backtrack.
I mean, one thing about me, I mean, like I said, if I had any issues, I would have never came down. You know what I mean?
Interestingly enough, Henry claimed that his friend dropped him off at the police station in the Impala.
Just like they say, you trying to prove you're innocent, that it's not you, and you trying to put a story together as you go. You really didn't have a plot. You really didn't have a story. So you trying to put all this story together, put all this stuff together to prove your innocence. And it's not working. I'm going to stop the video here. This is the second segment of the entirety of the video. I'll be doing a third segment of this video because it seemed like they haven't got into the the bigger part of the video. So I'll be stopping the video here. Like I always say, there's three sides to a case: the plaintiff, the defendant, and the truth. Until next time, good night.